You don't choose to be a Hornets fan, you're born into it, handed a teal jersey, taught to say Buzz City, and told that someday this team will matter. And just like that, your pain begins. Every draft night misfire, every superstar who walks out the door, every season that dies by Christmas, it all starts to pile up. You cling to hope like it's a tradition, but in Charlotte, hope doesn't grow, it rots. A legacy of letdowns. It's 1988. The Hornets arrive with teal swagger and Mugsy Bogues. The arena sells out for years. It feels like the start of something, a real franchise with real stars. Grandmamas in commercials, Zoe hits a game winner to seal your first playoff series win. The future is bright. You're too young to realize that would be the high point. From there, the stars leave one by one. Alonzo Mourning forces his way out. Larry Johnson breaks down. Glenn Rice gets dumped for salary relief. The team flirts with success, then ghosts it every time. Rival franchises rise. Charlotte treads water. Then 2002 hits, and they don't just lose a season, they lose the entire damn team. Ownership drama sends the franchise to New Orleans, and you're left watching Baron Davis highlights on VHS like it's a funeral reel. 2 years pass, no team, no hope, just silence. Bobcats era, pain with a different logo. In 2004, the Bobcats arrive, not the Hornets, something worse. A team with no identity, no stars, and the ugliest stretch in NBA history. In 2011 to 2012, they win 7 games. 7. That's not a season, that's a typo. You watch your team break the league's all-time record for futility, and all you can do is keep watching. By 2014, the Hornets branding comes back. The teal, the purple, the nostalgia. But not the wins, not the playoffs, just a new game on the same pain. Every year, the season ends the same way. Irrelevance, regrets, and a lottery ball that always bounces to someone else. Draft night, a horror franchise. You don't look forward to the draft anymore, you endure it, because in Charlotte, the NBA draft is where hope goes to die. Adam Morrison in 2006, a college legend with a busted jump shot and a mustache from 1983. Brandon Roy and Rudy Gay went right after him. That one still hurts. Then there's 2012. You win 7 games and still don't get Anthony Davis. You take Michael Kidd-Gilchrist instead. Meanwhile, Damian Lillard becomes a star, and Bradley Beal rewrites scoring records. You're one ping pong ball away from salvation. Instead, you got another long rebuild. Giannis was right there in 2013. You chose Cody Zeller, Donovan Mitchell, local kid, drafted by Utah, Devin Booker, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Zach LaVine. All of them slip through your fingers. Even when you do hit, the franchise can't develop. Frank Kaminsky, Malik Monk, LaMelo's ankles. It never sticks, it never lasts. The only exception, Kemba Walker, a real one. A decade of loyalty, and the franchise repaid him with mediocrity and a farewell in free agency. Front office fumbles. Every bad team has a front office problem, but in Charlotte, the front office is the problem. 2010. Tyson Chandler gets traded for cap space. He wins a ring for the next year in Dallas. The Batum contract. 5 years, $120 million. For a guy who plays like he's allergic to fourth quarters. Lance Stephenson, Marvin Williams, free agency flyers that never fly. They burn through money, whiff on trades, and draft like they're pulling names out of a hat. Then there's the coaching carousel. Paul Silas, Mike Dunlap. Remember him? Steve Clifford, James Borrego, Steve Clifford again. Nobody sticks. No vision lasts. Every rebuild ends halfway through, like they get bored. And ownership don't even start. Bob Johnson was invincible. Michael Jordan showed up with promise, but ran the team like a pickup game with his college buddies. Great player, questionable executive, and the Hornets never had a plan, just vibes. Are we tanking, chasing the play-in? What are we doing? The answer is always the same. Nothing that works. Injury curse. Every season's plot twist. Even when things look stable, the Hornets' medical luck sets the whole house on fire. Al Jefferson shows up to be the savior. His knees turn into gravel. Kemba plays through everything. Broken bones, busted ankles, you name it. But there's never enough help. LaMelo Ball arrives like a bolt of lightning, instantly iconic. Then the ankle injury starts. One after another, every time he lands, fans wince like it's a horror movie jump scare. Gordon Hayward? They signed him to bring leadership and scoring. He brought DNPs. Miles Bridges. Just as he starts to break off-court trouble pulls the plug. Even the glue guys can't stay healthy. Zeller, MKG, PJ Washington. Terry Rozier gets hot and then gets hurt. The pattern never stops. You don't get normal seasons in Charlotte. You get what could have been. The forgotten franchise. It's not enough that the team is bad. The rest of the world doesn't even notice. The Hornets barely get national TV games. Even when LaMelo won Rookie of the Year, the NBA spotlight flickered for about 5 seconds and moved on. You're watching bootleg streams while ESPN talks about the Lakers' 12th man. No one's hyping your breakout players. No one's debating your future. Your best games don't trend. Your worst moments go viral. Kids in Charlotte wear Warriors gear. Giannis jerseys outnumber Hornets ones at your home arena. Even your own city isn't sure you're worth rooting for. The NBA's branding pushes, Charlotte's never in them. All-star votes, you're voting alone. Every highlight reel has 29 teams, and a teal-colored asterisk. It's like rooting for a team that only exists in your own mind. The fans, loyal to a fault. And yet, you stay. You wear the retro teal jackets, you argue on Reddit, you buy tickets to watch a 17-win team go down by 30. Because being a Hornets fan isn't about results, it's about survival. The Spectrum Center isn't always full, but the people who show up, they're lifers. They chant, they wave signs, they keep the faith. The pop-up store run by Terry, it's a museum of pain. Old bobbleheads, bootleg shirts, inside jokes only diehards understand. It's less about merch, more about community therapy. Social media is your outlets, podcasts are group counseling, and every off-season, you convince yourself this time it will be different. It never is, but you keep showing up. You have to, because this team isn't just a team, it's part of who you are. Part nostalgia, part delusion, all heartbreak. Glimmers of hope, the tease that never dies. And still, there's always just enough to believe again. LaMelo Ball, Mark Williams, a promising wing here, a solid pick here. The young core looks fun until they get hurt, traded, or stuck in the system. You see glimpses, a highlight dunk, a buzzer beater, a 6-game win streak that tricks you into thinking the tide is turning. The front office says they're committed to development. The community programs are strong. You even get a rare ESPN feature when LaMelo drops 35 on a random Tuesday. Hope flickers again. You're not cheering for banners. You're cheering for competence, for a plan, for something that finally works. You've survived relocation, 7 win seasons, every draft mistake imaginable. You've watched stars leave, coaches rotate, and players limp off the court like cursed relics. And somehow, you're still here. Being a Hornets fan isn't about rings. It's about resilience. About showing up even when the world forgot you existed. Because if you can survive Charlotte basketball, you can survive anything. And if the day ever comes when this team gets it right, God help the rest of the league.